Good evening, everyone, and welcome back again with another live show on the channel. Yes, it is the match review and player ratings from yesterday's 1-1 draw away to Bournemouth yesterday. I mean, what can we say about the performance yesterday? It was really, really poor, wasn't it? Woeful. And it just wasn't, just was so bad to watch at times, wasn't it? So, yeah. But anyway, guys, if you do enjoy tonight's match review and player ratings, please remember, of course, to hit the thumbs up. Please remember to hit that subscribe button, of course. If you're new to the channel or you're not yet subscribed and you really enjoy the content going on the channel, please hit that subscribe button, as it really, really is help grow the channel definitely as well. So, yep. And of course, hit that notification bell as well, and you'll be known of any live shows or any other pre-recorded videos going on the channel as well. And if you'd like to donate, we do have Super Chat available. And of course, if you would like to consider becoming a member of the channel for just 99p a month, just hit the join button and you can become a member of the channel for just 99p a month. As well, we've got one comment that's come through from Robert. Says, "Oh yeah, I hope you're well." Right then, as I mentioned, yesterday's game, awful it was yesterday. I mean, particularly in that first half, that is one of the worst performances I've seen from us there this season. It was very lethargic. The passer was shambolic at times yesterday. The way we give the ball away was absolutely unbelievable at times as well. I mean, you've got to admit it was. It was just that bad. Oh, yeah. You could tell on the watch-along as well with John watching as he was just like, what on earth are you doing at times? Because that's what it was like. And yeah. But yeah, shocking, awful in the first half. Really that bad. Any news on the injuries? Well, no terms in terms of how long they could be out for, but apparently Miggy and ASM were knocks. Very surprised with ASM because I thought that could have been possibly a serious one at first. I've got to admit, but I heard it's knocks for him and Miggy, and it looks like Joe Willock has got a bit of a hamstring issue, and I think there could be some little bit of time out with that. But we'll get more further news on that during the week. So hopefully it's just not dead serious at all. So that's what I've heard, that apparently Miggy and Maxi Wolf were taken off with knocks. Joe Willock was taken off with a hamstring issue. So again, we'll get more news on that later on during the week as well. So there you are. But we've got to talk about the first goal that was scored by Bournemouth. I mean, this is the second game in a row we've conceded from a set piece. No one covering the back post. I mean, again, that was shocking that. We've normally really been good at that this season, but the last two games, we've been really caught out with that. We have been so caught out with that. I mean, no one is on that back post, and it just allows Senesai just to get a free header in. So we're not a free header, just a free tap in into pretty much an empty net. Oh, and again, that was just shambolic yesterday as well. We got back with the equaliser when ASM found Longstaff with a pass who had the shot, which was saved by their goalkeeper Navas, and Miggy was just there just to get on the end of it because Navas spilled his shot to Miggy, and that's what Miggy just had to do, was just put that ball in the back of the net. So, well, sorry, not Navas, Neto. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up there. Sorry, Neto, who spilled the ball right out in front of Miggy, and there was Miggy just to pounce on and get the equaliser for us as well. So, Luca, I hope you're well. I can see you weren't happy, but I've got to say, you were blatantly robbed. How Lee Mason didn't draw the lines on the VAR, I don't know. And that's just robbed you of an extra 2 points. as well. So yeah, Burn baby Burn in 100% yesterday. He was shocking yesterday, Dan Burn. I've got to admit, that is one of the worst performances I've seen him play at this football club. His pass was all over the place. He was getting dispossessed a lot. He was getting turned a lot as well. It was an awful day at the office for him as well. Really, really poor that was as well. There was a lot of sloppiness at times from Longstaff. Some good parts. ASM, there was some good and frustrating moments as well. You've got I would say as well. Willock, even though he only played only the first bout, was taken off in the first half with the injury, but sloppy as well, I've got to admit. Really, really not good that was as well. Gordon comes on, and I thought he does pretty well. I would say as well. Joe Linton, I mean, he was definitely, we could say, one of our best players yesterday as well. Now, that was his 9th booking he's picked up yesterday, which, by the way, the yellow card should have been given because you look back on the replay and he actually touched the ball first before touching the man. So that yellow card was a farce, but the good thing is, what we know about that is that if he does get 10 yellow cards, that doesn't get carried into the Carabao Cup. So that's good news. So if he does get the 10 bookings before the Carabao Cup, he's not suspended for that, which is good. So the yellow cards do not count for suspensions in the cup games. It's only for the Premier League games, which is okay, which is a bit of a relief, you could say. But 9 yellow cards, my word, which means another one, and he's out and he's suspended for 2 games in the next 2 Premier League fixtures as well. So there you are. Well, that's good news. But he should have, I mean, the yellow card, he shouldn't have, that should have been given because he actually touched the ball first before he touched the man, which I was very, very baffled by. I mean, the referee was crap yesterday as well. Stuart Atwell, just didn't impress me one bit. I've got to admit. So I don't think any of the referees did. I thought VAR had an absolute disaster at the weekend on pretty much 3 games I could call by. Of course, the West Ham Chelsea game, of course, the Arsenal and Brentford game, and I would say as well in the Crystal Palace and Brighton game as well. Would you rest anyone against Liverpool? It's a hard one because when you need to go with the best players, and we haven't got a lot coming off the bench. That's the problem. Maybe a formation tweak wouldn't be so bad, I would say. But in terms of resting players, I mean, who you got that could come in? I mean, I would like to see Gordon start against Liverpool next Saturday. He's probably within a chance of starting. You could say. We'll all wait and see what happens with Wilson. I'm hearing he's supposed to be okay for next week as well. So, but maybe just a bit of a formation tweak wouldn't be so bad just for this next game as well. So, yeah, because again, you look at the rest of the substitutes, we've only got the likes of, we've got Murphy, Fraser, Anderson. It's not a strong bench though, is it? That's the problem. And that's what we're still lacking, squad depth. I mean, the fact is as well, we haven't won a game when Bruno has been missing from the side. That's the thing. So, David says I would put Joe Linton in for Joe Linton. So for Joe Linton to be dropped. The good thing is if Joe Linton does get booked, he's not suspended for the Carabao Cup. It's only red cards that do count, which is why Bruno's serving his suspension. So there you are. So the second half, I mean, there was that chance as well, which I think Maxi had the shot going there. He could have got at the end, and Longstaff was there as well. Just shame that one didn't go in. But would I say a point was pretty much a fair result? Yes, in a way, I would say so. I mean, Bournemouth, I thought, started the game off pretty well. They had a chance before they scored by Solanke as well, which was saved by Paul Bolt. Not to mention, imagine if they had that winning goal as well, which we need to discuss about as well. Just thank God for Kieran Trippier there. Because If anyone else is trying to cover that line, I don't think anyone is getting that for me. Trippier to the rescue is all I can say. I mean, but Trippier at times wasn't as good as what I thought. Some of his pass was off. And again, those set pieces aren't really paying off as well, I've got to admit as well. So 2 weeks we will be at Wembley. Absolutely, we will be. Paul, team shocking, managers terrible, get them all gone. Only joking. Some of the comments I've seen today are ridiculous. There has been some over the comments that have gone way, way over the top. You've got to admit. It's just we've had too many draws this season. That has been the issue. Where we've had draws and we've been looking at back thinking that's a game we should have got 3 points out of, to be honest as well. So, but you can see on the positive note is we're still, it was a point. We did pick up the point, and we still haven't lost a game since August. We are still have only lost one game this season in the Premier League. Now, I've also now been hearing our play starting to tire out a bit as well, because this has been what we've been going with from the start. But the thing is that before Bournemouth, they had definitely a week to get prepared and all that as well. So that's the thing. When Gordon came on, it looked like we changed to a 4-2-3-1. Yeah, it looked like that, didn't it? I think it did as well. So, and Paul says, I get it. It's frustration that our form is dropping game by game so close to the final. Well, do you think, I'm going to put this out, is the Carabao Cup final starting to distract her a little bit? Are we starting to focus on that a bit more than the league at the moment? I mean, yes, we've got there, but we should be still looking to try and pick up more points in the form in the league as well. So, yeah. I mean, I heard the Leeds and Man United game was a pretty dull game at times to watch from what I heard. It only took towards the end of the game for Man United to get the goals as well. So, there you are. But again, Rashford is on fire. We certainly cannot play like that in the Carabao Cup final. There's no chance we can as well. We'll wait and see what happens in the Merseyside derby tomorrow. But if Everton gets something at Anfield, that's really going to piss a little Liverpool off, and particularly the fans as well, because then they have to come to us as well. So, and we would like to get revenge on them as well. So, maybe so, but I know how drills it into them to only think about the game in hand. Yeah, possibly as well. So, yeah. And the fact is, we did see Spurs get completely turned over by Leicester. Arsenal dropped points as well. Man City won today, and Man United won as well. So, yeah, it was a boring game versus Leeds United. I heard it wasn't great at all there. That was the thing. Will piss me off if they sack Klopp before we play them. To be honest, I don't think it's Klopp that's the problem. I think, well, in a way, you could say it is, because he hasn't really improved the side. He's only bought 2 players in the attacker role up front, which is Gakpo, who hasn't been impressive for me, and Nunes has come in, who's really still getting used to the Premier League at the moment. But the midfield is really, really getting on now. I mean, it's getting too old, and the majority of their defense is getting too old as well. Alexander-Arnold, how many times do I have to say about him? He just can't defend at all. So we've got to look at that for next week and thinking Liverpool are where they are because of that. So we've got to look at that and thinking, right, we need to start improving this. Liverpool, there's a lot of teams that have been beating Liverpool this season. Surely we can be one of them. And look what happened back in Anfield at the end of August. We got really and utterly screwed there. So the players should be thinking of that for next week. Just winning the Carabao Cup, get a place in the Europa League. It's either Europa League or the Europa Conference, but I just know it is guaranteed Europe for next season as well. So, which is what I know about. So, yeah. As well, it was great to see Isak in from the start lineup. He did have a great game, I've got to admit, but he was also starved of service. Now, how many times have we been very critical when we starve service to our strikers? Far too many times. We've been at players for not getting service to the strikers as well. So, and that was the problem with Isak yesterday. Yes, some of his touches was not off a little bit, but there was no service to him as well. That was the thing. So, and Paul said, someone said today only straight reds count towards cup games and not yellows. Any truth in that? Yes, that is true. So if Joe Linton does get his next yellow card at Liverpool, he's not suspended for the cup final. So he means he is available for the cup final. It would just be the next 2 Premier League games he will sit out for if he gets his 10th yellow card. So there you are. It's just the straight red cards that happens in all of the so the Premier League in the cups as well. So that is why Bruno at the minute is just sitting out for being suspended for these 3 games. So it's just red cards only. So the yellow cards don't count. He Paul says happy days. Yep. So we've got clarity on that now. So we know Joe Linton, we know, is definitely available for the final if he picks his 10th yellow card up. If he does get one in the Liverpool game, which I've got the feeling it could well happen. I've got to admit. But there you are. We will do the player ratings, of course, during the show as well. So remember to get yours in. You feel okay, Peter? You haven't got a Sunderland top for a change. I've never had a Sunderland top, you cheeky git. But yeah, you've just got to look at that performance in the season. We were all over the place at times yesterday. That was the thing. So, but in terms of Eddie Howe, got a great reception yesterday as well. He got an absolutely unbelievable reception from the Bournemouth fans yesterday, and he was particularly at the end of the game was walking around the pitch applauding the fans because their fan base still have memories of him when he was manager of them at the time, particularly when he saved them from dropping down into the non-leagues, and he brought them up into the Premier League as well. So great to see Eddie Howe get a great reception from the Bournemouth fans as well. There was no way Ryan Fraser was going to get a warm reception there, wasn't he? Even though he did come on, but probably as soon as he stepped off the team bus, you knew what was probably going to happen there, definitely as well, because of how we refused to play for them when the Premier League restarted during COVID. So there you are as well. So, but let us know, guys, what do you think? Why we kind of been dropping points in certain games as well? I mean, yeah. And the performances have been really sluggish as well. I mean, that was awful yesterday. It was just so bad, particularly in the first half. It was that rank bad to watch as well. And another silly goal was conceded, similar to West Ham as well. No one on that far post, and it's allowed an easy tap in as well for their player to get on the end of it as well. So, but yeah, the players have got another week off before we get prepared for Liverpool. That is a big game come next Saturday, and it all depends how Liverpool do tomorrow. Because if Everton somehow gets something there, or if Everton win there, Robert says, I find out Tuesday if I get a Wembley ticket. Let's hope you are successful as well. I know I'm definitely sorted there for that. So, yeah. The days are counting down till we get there now. So, yeah, I cannot wait for that. But, yeah. Let us know who really disappointed you. I thought the worst player yesterday was Burn for me. Just so all over the place, I thought. Bruno being out is not as an excuse as to why so many players have played so bad recently. I mean, even the defence is looking shaky at times. Absolutely, Paul. Other players should be looking to step up as well, since Bruno is still suspended at the moment. The good thing is Liverpool will be his final game, and then he's back for the Carabao Cup final, which we are really going to need him for, definitely as well. So, But yeah, we should look to use as an excuse. I mean, other players should be looking to do a job. But it also says, should we have looked in the transfer window to get another midfielder in as well? So, which technically we should have as well, definitely. The only way we're probably going to get someone now is if there's a free agent, is if there's any players that have become free agents now so far. Because we've got Bruno still suspended. Willock went off yesterday with a hamstring injury. And when you're hearing about hamstring injuries, you talk at least a couple to a few weeks for them as well. So, but at least I heard that Maxi and Miggy, they are not too serious as well. Again, I thought ASM's could have been serious the way he landed. But, yeah, I mean, I said with ASM as well, there was some good points. There was some frustrating points as well. But in a way, I don't think he was helped in a way as well. But Dan Bid played so bad yesterday as well. So there you are. And speaking of Miggy, which the goal, that's now 10 goals he's got now for us. It was just a matter of time before he was going to enter double figures for us this season because of the form he's been on as well this season as well. So he's now into double figures at this club, which is absolutely fantastic as well, definitely. So there you are. But yeah. And even Paul says Bruno links the defensive mid up well. Longstaff was standing behind their players when we tried to play it out, hence the long balls of field. Not good enough when there's space to move into. Yeah, absolutely as well. So there you are. And I was saying about Trippier, why some of his set pieces has become all over the place as well. The same with his passing, but he saved our asses yesterday. Big time with that clearance off the line. Good God almighty. It was all because of Dan Burn. I mean, I don't know what he was doing at first with that ball. Oh, I mean, that was criminal what he was doing there. Jesus. And my head was nearly in my mouth then. I've got to admit, so we don't want to see things like that ever again. Absolutely cannot afford to do that. I mean, yeah. But as I mentioned, the good points throughout the game yesterday, it is a point. We're still are going on a quite unbeaten run at the moment as well. And yeah, and Miggy's now entered double figures in terms of scoring goals, so he's got 10 now, so he's now into double figures. So the outswinging corners are shit, can't cope with them anymore. Much easier for defenders to deal with as they're floated in rather than hit with pace. Absolutely agree. Do you think we should keep or sell ASM? We'll wait and see. Well, I'm going to make a decision come the end of the season with that because there's a lot of mixed opinions on him as well. I mean, at times he wasn't too bad, I thought, yesterday. He has been out the starting lineup for a very, very long time as well. So I think we're not looking good as now because possibly Eddie picks the same team unless someone's suspended, injury possible. Certain players know they will 100% a starter. Well, yeah, absolutely. But it's because the fact is the players on the bench are not good enough to be starting games. Murphy, not good enough. Fraser, not good enough anymore. He's really, really gone downhill. Lascelles, finished. I mean, Elliot Anderson's still learning in a way as well. It is going to still take him time as well. So there you are. But who else he got on there as well? I mean, Lewis. I mean, barely played all season, has he? That's the thing. So ASM needs a run of games to find his feet. Problem is, every other game he gets injured, so he can't get to that point. One step forward and two back with him, to be honest. Yeah, absolutely, Paul. That has been the problem as well. So there you are. But again, go back to the players who will be normally sit on the bench here for us this season as well. So I mean, let's go back. Who else did we have on that bench? We had Dummett on the bench as well yesterday. Who's going to be going to come the end of the season. Gordon, it was great to see him on the change. Richie, he just hasn't got the pace there for the Premier League anymore. That's the problem with Richie. Yep. We had a young, and we had one of the under-23s in there as well. Jody, good evening. Hope you're well. He says, Peter, you going to Wembley? I certainly am going to Wembley. I cannot wait for it. I just cannot wait. Joe Linton won the ball back for us 10 times yesterday, the most of any players out on the pitch. He certainly did. And I mentioned the yellow card. That should have been given because he actually won the ball, but the referee was having none of it. The referee had an absolute nightmare as well yesterday as well. So how are you getting them in? I'm just going down on the coach for when we get there as well, which I've picked the right option because if there's talks of another trade strike happening, or there's going to be very limited trade services as well. So that's why I've picked to take the coach down as well. So just doing it there and back because, yeah, it was just going to cost a lot. And because I'm going down with my sister as well. So, and she said she couldn't afford the overnight stay as well, unfortunately. So we're just doing it all in a day there and back. So which is going to be more cheaper and just a little bit easier for us as well. So, but the tackle like that against Saka got a yellow for Saka. Literally 100% off the ball. Absolutely was. Yes, it was actually a bit similar to that, wasn't it? Good grief. We need to put Ashby on the bench instead of Lewis. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Ashby come up, be a substitute appearance off the bench as well. We've brought him in for a reason to try and improve him, to see what he can do as well. He's a very, very young lad as well. Let's give him an opportunity to see what he can do. So again, that's a really, really good point Williams just made there. Can Ashby player on the left? I'm not sure if he's mostly a right back, I'm sure. But again, why not bring him on if Trippier's really tiring out at times as well? Even though he saved us as well, so. But the fact is, if we've only got Trippier as our fit right back, Mankiw and Kraft are injured at the moment. Makes sense in a way as well. Coach Company using my mate got a coach for 60 quid. It's Paul's coach. It's like Paul's coach is what I'm wearing. Ashby left and Trippier thoughts you could try it and see how it does. Or maybe a Trippier left back, Ashby right back. Peter, remember not to wear still on top at Wembley. I certainly won't. Definitely be doing that as well. So if he can play left back, then go for it. Dan Burn deserves to be dropped to give another chance after yesterday. Not a bad point. I said Dan Burn was awful. The good thing is I heard Target is very close to returning as well. So what about Target if he's fully fit as well? So again, you need need the left back with pace who can get up the flanks and get crosses in the box, which is what Target's known to be doing that. Dan Burn, I've barely seen any of that yesterday, I've got to admit. I really barely saw anything from Dan Burn yesterday, and it was very, very disappointing because we thought he was really starting to get grips with that role, yes, as well. So, but yesterday, I think that is a performance he want to forget about because he was all over the place yesterday as well. So there you are. He went to Wembley for the Pizza Cup final. Remember seeing him on the telly giving it the big one to the Portsmouth fans with his belly fat waving all over the place and Eddie spewed over. Oh, God almighty. Hey, Jesus wept. So right now, then, let's do the player ratings. And then now, shall we? And remember to get yours down in the live chat as well of what we do guess, score the players, rate the players from their performances yesterday. So we do kick it off with Nick Pope. And you did have really one good save to make as well. Couldn't have done out about the goal we scored because, again, who is on that far post? No one. No one was there. And it allowed a tap in for their player to put Bournemouth 1-0 up as well. So, but other than that, I thought Pope was very comfortable in getting the ball when he had to as well. So, so there you are. So I'm going to give Pope a 7 for yesterday as well. So, you think Big Joe on the wing or three-man midfield? You'd normally like him in the centre midfield role, but he has been doing well on that left midfield as well. So, it's a tough one, isn't it? Has anyone forgotten about Kraft after his injury? I'm hearing it might not make it back throughout the rest of the season. Philip, hope you're well. Good to see you. Pope did out wrong. Wasn't his fault for Bournemouth goal. 7. Yep, I agree. 8 for Pope. Did well for anything yet. And Philip's going for 7 for Pope as well. Right, back 4. So into the right back here on Trippier. And again, some of his passing was a little bit off. And some of his set pieces, which again, were just not there at times as well. He did what he had to do at times, and he saved our asses as well with that block on the line. Oh, my word. So, do you know what? I'm going to give Trippier a 6. The reason for that is because he saved us from that ball from going in from Solanke as well. So, that's why I'm going to give Pope a 6. Philip says I'm doing well. We'll post go for 7 for Trips. Fair play. 7 as well. I think 7's reasonable as well. I'll give him a 6 because, again, a lot of his passing, particularly in the first half, just seemed off for me at times as well. So, but 7 is not too bad as well. Right, the centre backs. We'll start with Fabian Schär. And again, at times he did what he had to do as well. Again, a little bit of shakiness as well. But, yeah. So, I'll give Fabian Schär a 6 as well. So, Trippy hasn't been at the level we all know he can be, but yesterday he really did save our bacon. 6.5. Yep, he certainly did. So, but Fabian Schär, I'm going to give a 6. And alongside him is, of course, his other centre-back partnership, Sven Botman. And again, the same, I thought, did what he had to do as well. I mean, again, a little bit of shakiness at times as well. But, yeah, you can see with the same with Schär as well. So I'm going to give Botman a 6 as well. Schär a 6 and a 5 for Schär. Okay, fair enough. Right, we go to the left back side, and that was Dan Burn, and that was an absolutely woeful performance. Absolutely dreadful that was yesterday from Dan Burn. I don't know what happened yesterday, but that was horrendous to watch. That was just awful for me. Oh, that was so bad yesterday from Dan Burn. That's the worst I've seen him play for this football club as well. So I'm going to give Dan Burn a 1. That was awful, horrendous yesterday. That was so bad. 4, so that's for Botman. Or is that for Burn? You're on about shocking performance. 3 for Burn, and Robert's going for 3 for Burn as well. Philip's going for a 1 for Burn. I've given Burn a 1. I thought that was dreadful yesterday. Absolutely dreadful. I thought. So poor. Right, let's go now into the 3 into midfield. So we're going to start off with Longstaff. There were some poor moments. There were some okay moments as well. I thought at times give the ball away. There was the times he had a chance, which was saved, which then allowed Miggy to follow up. I thought as well. So it was okay. And there was some not so okay moments as well from Sean Longstaff. So I'll give Sean Longstaff a 5 for yesterday. Some okay moments, but some lot of sluggish moments, I would say as well. So even Jordy's go for a 6. Go for a 6 for Longstaff. Okay, 6, yeah, quite reasonable as well. I must say. Longstaff a 5. 6 Longstaff needs to move on into space when defense are trying to find a pass. Yeah, absolutely, I agree with that. Definitely as well. Next one, we'll go into midfield. and that was Joe Willock, and that was poor as well before he came off injured. I mean, he's getting knocked off the ball far too easily for me. He's not using his pace at times when he can do for me, and that just wasn't good yesterday from Willock. It really, really wasn't. We'll get more further news on his injury, but that wasn't good yesterday, I would say. So I'm going to give Willock a 3. That wasn't good, I thought, yesterday from Willock. Not good at all. I didn't think that was for Joe Willock. Yeah. Wasn't on long. Was he 3, I guess? Even Phillips going for 3 for Willock as well. 4 for Willock for Geordie. It was quite sloppiness as well from him as well. And the last one I'm going to go with in midfield, and that was Joe Linton. And Joe Linton just does what he does, doesn't he? He won the ball back for us a lot of times. Again, maybe 1 or 2 of his passing went off, but he was working his bollocks off on there as well. Shouldn't have got the yellow card because he won the ball. But again, the referee was just having none of it as well. So I'm going to give Joe Linton a 7. I really thought he did what he had to do as well. I've got to admit. So, yeah. At times he was just working his arse off. 5 for Joe Linton. Okay. Joe Linton, arguably our best player, a 7. Yes, absolutely as well. So there. Right, now let's go on to the attacking 3 now. So we're going to start off with Miggy. And he was in the right place there for the goal. Again, there was that time he could have tried to use his right foot and he didn't. Why could we not use this right foot? Why? You give it a try and see what could happen. But in terms of his goal, I don't think he was going to miss that. 10 goals he's got now this season, which was great. It was just a matter of time before that was going to happen, I thought. So there you are. So I'm going to give it 7 for Miggy. Paul, 7 for Miggy, did well trapping back. Miggy a 6. 10 for anyone who can have a shot on target from outside the box. We haven't been doing that for a while as well, have we? So there you are. Right, onto the left-hand side, and that was ASM. There was some good parts, but there was some really frustrating moments as well from him. I thought his chance he had at goal was well off target as well. There was some good points. He really did some well with his passing, but there was some frustrating points as well. But again, I think when Dan Burn was having a poor game, that slightly had a bit of an effect on him, I thought, as well. So there you are. As well, so hopefully we hear more about his injury. Hopefully it's okay. We said it's not serious. Apparently it's a knock more than a strain or a pull or whatever he's done. So I'm gonna give a 5 for ASM. Good parts, but some really frustrating parts as well. But again, not helped in a way as well by Dan Burn as well, I thought as well. Robert says, Peter got to go enjoy your night crack video yet again. Even better since you're not wearing a sun and top on when you're like video. Jesus, man. Miggy scored his 10th goal of the season, which is great. So go with a 7, yeah. 6 did all right, ran across the goal to the corner flag at one point. Yeah, absolutely. ASM a 5.5 and a 5 for ASM, says Philip. Yeah, 5 to me is very, really reasonable. That's what I've given as well, definitely. Right, let's go up front to the middle. And that was, of course, Alexander Isak. Not great, but he was starved of service. That was the problem. He was absolutely starved of service as well. And it really grinds me when we starve our strikers of that. It really, really does grind me at times. It really, really boils me at times as well. So, there you are. I'm going to give a 4 for Isak because the performance-wise, it wasn't that great, but there was no service to him. That was the problem. So, there you are. I think every time it has a poor game, it makes the left back have a very poor game as well. But Dan Burn was just awful yesterday. It was just horrendous. A lot of the stuff he did was criminal. No service, not a lot to do from 5. Isak a 3, okay. Isak tried to create chances for his teammates instead of his teammates creating chances for him. I think a 5. I think a 5, is 5 is not a bad rating as well. So there you are as well. So that was the starting 11. We'll go into the substitutes. The first one that came in the first half was Anthony Gordon for Willock, and I thought Gordon did very well. He did get booked as well for a bit of a silly tackle, but again, he was putting himself about on the pitch. Had a chance as well, but just was off target. But I thought Gordon had energy and did what he had to do, and to me, he should be looking to start against Liverpool for me, considering he can't play in the Carabao Cup final as well. So I'm going to give Gordon a 7. I thought he did pretty well when he came on, I thought. So that was really, really good. He's got drive, he's got speed, and I think he's well within a chance of a starting place there for me as well. So there you are. Philip, 6 for Gordon. Flash Gordon put himself going around on the pitch, then better than ESM going with a 6. Did you notice Longstaff shit you thought yesterday was straight at the keeper? I hope he's not good to start that bollocks again after that game. He was placed his shots, man. Yeah, absolutely. But he also knows before that he was blazing them as well. So, there you are. Oh, Christ me. The mouse. Oh, it's back on now. I thought the battery in my mouse had died there, so. Well, no, I think it's actually starting to definitely now, so never mind. Right, let's go to the other substitutes. So, of course, the other substitutes were Murphy and Anderson. Both of them didn't do an awful lot, I thought, I've got to admit. So, yeah, apart from Anderson trying to go down to try and win a penalty, which he was never, ever going to do, I thought. For us at all, so there you are. And Murphy, as I just mentioned, just did do a great deal for me, I thought, yesterday as well. So I'll give, actually, Murphy was on first and then Anderson. It was just on a few minutes after that. So my apologies. But I'm going to give them both a 5 because they did do a great awful lot for me, I thought. So you are. If you're Anderson, it was just about over 10 minutes, or just go down the middle, go with a 5. So right, let's go to the manager, of course, Eddie Howe, and what can you give him? He went with the lineup, what was expected. He still stuck with ASM. He went with Isak because Wilson had reported up a bit of an issue, but we and Lolo, the other players on the bench that will have are really not good enough to be starting. So you can understand why Eddie's doing what he's doing at the moment as well. So there you are. Do you know what? I'll give Eddie Howe a 7. So Murphy wasn't good. 4 was the Johnny Maradona trying to get into the box. 5. Yeah. Bournemouth sat deep when we had possession. To be fair, though, we always struggled with that. Just don't think we had control of the game. No, our own undoing the amount we give the ball away. Absolutely. Howe 6. And Jordy says we love Eddie Howe. We certainly do love Eddie Howe, don't we, as well? And that's why he's got to where we are, Tibbs, in the season. Still in the top 4, and we're in the Carabao Cup final as well. So there you are. Right, just I missed 2 things off we haven't rated yet. So Howe got a 7? Well, I know I've given him a 7 as well. So again, should be look to try and change something for Liverpool? We'll just wait and see. Right, there's 2 more things that we've got to rate. We're going to go with the referee, Stuart Atwell, and I'm going to give him a 3. It just wasn't good at times, was it? I mean, not highly rated in my opinion. He shouldn't have given Julian that yellow card because he blatantly won the ball. And he was just giving these just little free kicks just for soft touches at times as well, which a lot of the referees are doing as well. So there you are as well. So there. Referee is 3, fans are 7. Stuart Atwell, very poor, a 3. Now we've got to go into the fans. Do you know what? Fans just get a straight 10 because we know what we're like away from home in terms of our atmosphere. We're just brilliant. We sing our hearts out. We just keep on going as well. So that's why fans, to me, just deserve a 10. Pack out in the away end as well. Every away game that we do, no matter what day of the week it is as well. So there you are, traveling all the way down there on a 5:30 kickoff, not getting back to ridiculously early in the morning as well. Just commitment from our fan base as well. So there you are. Fans get a 10 out of 10 every week because we are the best. That's it, absolutely. Because we are one of the best fans in the league. So you've got a really, really good point there, Geordie. So that's what we do. But yeah, hopefully we can sort this out for Liverpool come Saturday as well. Something for me needs to change away as well because we're really starting to drop off in a way, and some of our players are dropped like flies as well. Credit to Bournemouth fans as well for showing their appreciation to Eddie Howe after the game. Yeah, absolutely. We knew that. I think that we knew that was going to happen as well, which is really, really good considering what Eddie Howe's done for Bournemouth as well. So but it's great to see their fan base show their appreciation for him definitely yesterday. So there you are. But yeah, we'll end the show in the next round about 5 or 10 minutes or so. But let us know in the live chat, what do you think needs to change for Liverpool next week? Who needs to come out? Do you think Eddie Howe should tweak something? Maybe a bit of a formation change? What do you think? What do you think he probably needs to change for when we take on Liverpool next Saturday at home? Because we are going to be at home next week as well. We're still unbeaten at home as well, would you believe it? And yeah, but what do you think needs to change for me? What do you think needs to change as well? So let me know down in the live chat as well, definitely. So there you are. Of course, we'll let you know what we'll have coming up on the channel for next week as well, definitely. So, because we'll definitely be bringing you at least something on this channel next week as well. What I normally do as well, definitely. So, there you are. So yeah, let me know, guys, what needs to change for Liverpool for next week, and what did you make of yesterday's performance as well? For those who haven't dropped their comments in the live chat about yesterday's game, because it was so bad to watch at times. It really, really was. Definitely. So need to change something because we're starting to drop off a little bit as well. So there you are. But again, there was some shocks again in the Premier League, which I've touched upon. Spurs losing 4-1 to Leicester. Arsenal dropping points against Brentford, but Arsenal robbed. I thought just really, really robbed. I thought because they didn't draw the lines to check Brentford's goal, and they allowed the goal to stand as well. So criminal. And again, it was Lee Mason again, who's just had a stinker. He's just had a stinker, I thought. Again, in terms of being on VAR duty as well. So you're being out for Lewis. Ooh, Lewis said Jolin back on the wing instead of ASM. Okay. So who do you think should go into that centre midfield in there, Geordie, if you're going to put Joe Linton back on the left-hand side? Well, that's if ASM doesn't make the game as well, so for next week. Yeah, and also any other shocks, of course. I mean, we need VAR was terrible on Saturday early's kickoff against West Ham and Chelsea. How Chelsea didn't get a penalty in that is just beyond a joke as well, because it's a blatant handball by Souček. Gordon can play CM, I believe he can as well. I think he would have him more as a CAM than just an actual centre midfielder as well. So, but yeah, we could do that. Hopefully Wilson is back for Liverpool as well. So if Man U are only 5 points behind Arsenal, man, I know. Yeah. But again, Man United left it quite late on here. It wasn't a great game. Leeds are a poor side as well. So, and the fact is where now it shows how Man United are going to be coming in the next 3 games. They wait at Barcelona on the Thursday. They've got Leicester at home on the Sunday, which I don't think is going to be an easy game in a way. Leicester are really starting to find their feet now and really starting to find their form as well, and are picking up points, particularly when James Maddison has come back in the side as well. So then they've got Barcelona in the second leg of the Europa League on the Thursday. So it all comes down to that and see how they do in that game as well. So, yeah. Jordy thinks Arsenal will bottle the league. They've known to bottle things like the Champions League as well. So, could have been us with a bit of luck without Rashford. They are nothing. Yep. Rashford's been really on good form as well. So, and you see, Casemiro's out the side as well, and they're not being as effective as well. So, and Rashford is carrying Man United. He certainly is, isn't he? So if you take him out, how good are they? %, carrying them. Nothing happens until he gets played in the middle and scores. Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to wrap up in the next few minutes or so. But yeah, we move on to Liverpool. Yeah, next Saturday. We need to change something around and trying to up our performances, because they've not been as good as of late. That's been the thing. So there you are as well. So we'll let you know what's coming up on the channel within the next week as well. So remember to do, of course, keep an eye out. And remember, please do to like and subscribe to the channel as well if you're brand new and watching. As well. So, yeah. And again, shocking performance. As I mentioned yesterday, we didn't lose the game. If that's under Bruce, we would have definitely lost that game as well. So there you are. Hopefully we do change up something for Liverpool and we pick up something against them. We can't get 3 points against them because Liverpool have been so off this season. They've been so poor to watch this season. That's why they are where they are in terms of the league position. It doesn't lie as well, because of their performances have been absolutely all over the place as well. I mean, to concede 2 goals in 7 minutes against the Wolves side, who were fighting for relegation as well. I mean, what does that tell you? as well. So it's just crazy, isn't it? So, well, they're sitting 10th as well, Liverpool. So, but you just look at Liverpool's past their games as well. So they've lost 3 out of the last 5 games as well. So they've lost 3 of those. They've won 1 and they've drawn the other one as well. So we should be looking at that as a bit of an advantage as well. Of course, they're out the cup, the FA Cup. There's a chance they could go trophyless. I can't see them get past Real Madrid either as well. So, so there you are. But a lot of games have been so poor this season and just so dire to watch as well this season. That has been the thing. So there you are. Well, then, we're going to start pretty much to wrap up the show now. So, again, what have we got coming up on the channel throughout this week? Of course, next Thursday, we'll have the preview for the Liverpool game. We'll probably start that around 5:30 on the Thursday. So make sure you do get yourselves tuned in for that. Of course, this is in terms of live shows. Of course, Friday night will be the Bonker show of PD's Football Live show. So we'll you feel free to get yourselves on there for that. And we'll definitely have a discussion in terms of Newcastle and the games we've got coming up as well. Definitely. So there you are. And of course, I'll be at the game on Saturday as well. So the next day will be most likely be the match review and the player rating show. But of course, in terms of just normal videos, will be my quick thoughts, the fan reactions after the game on Saturday as well. And if there's any news that comes out interesting from the club, and I may decide to do a video on that, you will be notified about that if you have hit the notification bell as well. So that's what majority we've got coming up throughout the rest of it throughout next week. So we'll have, again, preview to Liverpool, my usual crazy show of PD's Football Live show. Of course, quick thoughts after the game against Liverpool and fan reactions as well. And next day will be the match review and the player ratings show as well. So, of course, yeah. Definitely stay tuned there for those. Premier League hasn't been the greatest this season. It really hasn't, has it? No. It really, really hasn't been one of the best at all this season. Has it, as well? Kate says, any news on the injuries yet from last night? We're still waiting to hear more. I think Willicks is actually the more that could face a little bit of timeout. Said in terms of Maxi and Miggy, that just knocks off apparently as well. So, again, we'll just get more news throughout the rest of the week on those as well, definitely. So, here you are. But hopefully they're not too serious, which is what we're just hoping for. As well, so there you are. So there you are. Okay, guys. We're all going to definitely wrap up the rest of the show. So again, if you have enjoyed the show, guys, please, of course, remember to hit the thumbs up. Please, of course, remember to hit that subscribe button. Of course, if you're new to the channel or you're really enjoying the content going on this channel and you're not yet subscribed, do hit that subscribe button. It's completely free to do so. And it really, really helps grow the channel as well. And it's all down to you guys as well, which helps this channel grow massively as well. So hope Joe Willock plays in the cup final. We'll wait and see. But he's going to have to up his performances because they've not been as great as of late as well. So there you are. And, of course, hit that notification bell as well. And you will be known of any live shows or any other or any pre-recorded videos that are getting uploaded this channel as well. And hit that notification bell is then, of course, you will be notified of those coming. As well, so there you are. And if you will, you can still donate to the channel if you would like to do so as well. Just hit that $sign, whether it's a super chat or a super thanks as well. And of course, if you would like to consider becoming a member of the channel for just 99p a month as well, just hit that join button to become a member of this channel as well. Well, guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend, whatever you are doing, and I shall catch yous all later. Take care of yourselves. See you later. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.